And we are live. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, chat. How are you? How many people are here? How many people? 34 people. Awesome. Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's live stream. I am super excited to be here. How is everyone doing? We are going to try something new today. We are going to try this new format that I thought we could do is any one of you coming on this live stream and teaching something that you like to do in 15 minutes. So before that, let me just talk to you guys. How is everyone? Oh, there's a warrior in the house. Akshay Warrior. True fan. Love how you have named your members different parts of the brain. Yes. So we have memberships now on the channel, and we have Brainstem, Limbic, and PFC members. And I can already see a couple of members on the chat. Shanmuga Priya, so nice of you to join in. And she has already used the PFCOP emoji. So now we have 3 emojis that members can use. If you click on the chat, you will see them. And so we have a PFC, Limbic, and what else do we have? Shanmuga? Oh, if you click on the emojis, dopamine kick. So we have 3 of those, and we are doing some interesting things. So I think I'll talk about it in detail when we do a Q&A, but there is a lot of stuff happening, and it's been a little hard to keep track of, but I'm trying my best. But the most important thing is that we keep it fun and we make sure that we are learning something. That being said, today's topics, we are going to call upon 4 people. We have Siddhesh, we have Ashwin, we have Nupur, and we have Krishna. And all 4 of us are going to teach us something slightly different. We are going to start with Siddhesh, and we are going to start with physics. Now, chat, can you just confirm that you can hear me? Oh, okay. Wow, your so chat was just completely frozen for a second, and now I got like 50 chats all at once. Wait. Let me see. On time OP. Yes, not just on time OP. I was 4 minutes early today because I wanted to speak to you guys. Miss Nonchalant, welcome. You're a member now. That is so awesome to see. Paramveer Singh, hi. Shweta Shukla, hello. Murtaza, welcome. Where did the bed go? So there is a huge renovation going on, okay, in this room. In the next 1 month, we are going to be starting video shoots. So wait, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? That is a new tripod that I got, and I'm going to get, I've already ordered a camera. We will talk about that on another day. I'll be learning how to use a camera, and I'll be learning how to do nice short 10-minute to 15-minute video clips. And I have a few ideas on things that I want to share, which need not be a live stream, but it is super interesting to talk about. So that is something that we are going to do. We are also going to be doing some reviews, not a lot, but there are some very interesting things that are happening around, and we are going to be reviewing some of them and as an experiment and seeing how you guys like it. And if it works, then we will go ahead with it. So that is why the room is getting renovated. Let's see. Amrita, oh, Sid is going places. Aankhon mein aasu. Oh, Amrita, you're the sweetest. So Amrita Arulraj is the brains behind Limbic Lady. So I thought I should give credit where it is due. So big thanks to Amrita for saying that in the, which live stream was it? I forgot. I think the procrastination or the discipline one. So yes, Ping in the North, I said, would love to see Sadhguru on your stream. So that, well, I love your optimism, and they say dream big. So sure, why not? Why not? Soumya, loved your Gita streams. Thank you, Soumya. That is so sweet. We are going to be doing chapter 3 this Saturday morning, and let's hope that we finish it. Let's hope that we learn something every week. All right. That being said, also new chair, Vivek. Yes, thank you for noticing. My my old chair had been with me for 8 years, but it's finally started showing its age, and the handrest came off, and yeah, so this is a new chair. There are a lot of changes happening. We will cover all of them one by one. Let's start with our first lecture. uh, let's not even call it a lecture, let's just call it a discussion, let's just call it a conversation on physics. And so for that I would like to call on Siddhesh. So Siddhesh, can you please switch on your video, come on my live stream and talk to me. Hi Siddhesh, welcome.
Hi, 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 hi. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, how are you?
Doing nice, doing nice.
Good.
So, should I start by
Yes, yes.
introducing myself?
One second. Siddesh, chat, can you confirm if Siddesh is audible? And if you can hear him properly, do I need to make any volume adjustments? I think you should be audible. I double checked all the sound settings today.
Okay.
Never mind. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. You are.
So,
Siddesh, yes. Just introduce yourself and yes, let's go.
my name's Siddhesh, or as people on Discord know me from Colonel Mustang.
Is that from
And
Cluedo?
no, it's from an anime called Full Metal Alchemist, and it's one of my favorite characters from that
Oh,
anime.
oh wait, sorry, I completely made a mistake. So Colonel Mustard was from Cluedo. Okay, my
Oh,
bad. Sorry, I shouldn't
it's
even
fine,
have
it's
said
fine.
it.
It's fine, it's fine.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me.
So I am a postgraduate MSc in
Hmm.
physics and
Okay.
currently working as a research associate from IIT
Hmm.
and also founder of Bitleaf Technology, a company we provide research and development services.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Where are you based?
So so I'm from Dombivli
Okay.
and yeah, that's
Excellent.
pretty much everything.
Awesome. Okay.
So
So when I put out that message that would any of you want to come and teach? So I think you were one of the first people who volunteered to teach physics.
yeah.
So what got you all excited to teach physics?
I love to teach. Like I like to teach. Even right now, I take tuitions and all. I'll just the for the love of the subject, I like to spread its knowledge.
Amazing.
So, so yeah,
That is super cool because that is something that I totally resonate with. So I'm very glad that you volunteered. I'm very glad that you're here.
yeah.
Uh, Tell me, how would you like to teach physics to me and everyone?
So uh, so let me ask you something. How do you? So what comes in your mind the first thing when you hear physics or listen to the word physics?
How
What?
things work, or
Oh,
why things work the way they do?
okay. Okay, so it is generally perceived that
Hmm.
physics is something really about technology, universe, and the cosmos, and all those big words. But
Yes.
what I perceive physics as is just your daily lives without you knowing it and you using it. I like to say physics is philosophy, but with mathematics.
वाह, क्या बात है, मतलब शुरुआत में ही
So,
यू स्टार्टेड विद द बाउंड्री, वेरी नाइस. फिजिक्स
yeah,
इज, या फिलोसफी एंड मैथमेटिक्स, एब्सोल्युटली. क्योंकि शुरुआत में फिलोसफी भी उधर से ही शुरू हुआ ना, कि व्हेन यू लुक एट
yeah,
समथिंग एंड यू वंडर व्हाई दिस इज हैपनिंग,
yeah,
एंड
yeah,
इफ यू यूज
essentially.
मैथ्स then it
You are
becomes physics.
actually creating a base for, like, I'm right, this is how I'm right. Maths
Wonderful.
does that in physics.
Wonderful, I love it already. Okay, go ahead.
So I'm here to, like, talk about
Hmm.
that physics is generally perceived in this kind of things like technology universe, but it's not really just that. Obviously it is majorly that,
Yeah.
but you can use the concept of physics and understanding physics in your daily lives to your advantage without knowing maths.
Hmm.
So I'll be going about an effect in physics. There's a famous experiment, the double slit experiment.
Yeah.
It was the effect observed in that experiment and relating it to something you may or may not have experienced in your daily life.
Okay.
So should I switch on to the whiteboard? Let
Yes,
me know
yes,
when.
you can. So the double
Okay.
slit experiment is you have an actual whiteboard. This is so cool.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the Zoom wala whiteboard.
No, I'm just too lazy to use the Zoom wala whiteboard with the mouse and all. So I prefer that. I prefer
Okay.
this over that.
Okay. Amazing. Uh,
So
guys, can I just remind everyone to uh, like the video first of all. If you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe. And all the teachers who are going to come on today, I have put their links below. So in case you want to follow up with them, ask them questions, interact with them more, then you can please find them in the description. All right, Siddhesh, back to you.
yeah. So let us begin with
Yeah.
what is, okay, you can see me, right?
Yes, yes.
Light. So what we understand by light is
Hmm.
it is an EMAG wave, that is electromagnetic wave,
Okay.
and a photon, right? It's both wave and a particle, the
Yes.
duality,
Yeah.
right? But here in these terms, what we can perceive it as some sort of energy, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So keep this in mind for a while. And now let us move on to how we detect something or how we see things.
Yeah.
So if this is a surface and this is your eye, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, I like to explain with diagrams,
No, no,
but
I love it.
I suck at it.
I'm
I
not going
just
to
suck at
judge
it.
somebody explaining with diagrams, dude.
I totally suck at it,
No,
but
no,
yeah,
go
it's
ahead.
better understood that way. So when light hits a surface,
Yeah.
what happens is we just established that light is a form of energy.
Yes.
So this energizes the surface,
Hmm.
and photons are released from the surface
Yeah.
and enters your eye, right?
Oh, wait, 1 second. So when you say light being reflected off of something,
Yeah.
that is actually transfer of energy into the photons on that surface.
Yeah, the
I-
photons are emitted from the surface. That is why you see the colors, right? The colors of the
Right.
object and
Right.
not just the white.
Correct. Correct.
And reflected
Okay.
is a very general term to be used and not the correct term.
Oh man, okay, got it. Because when we think of reflection, we think light hitting something and that same light coming back, but it's not the same light, it's not the same energy.
It's not the same energy because light gets absorbed into the material. The
Right.
material surface on the surface it gets excited,
Yeah.
and thus we see a different wavelength of light.
Yeah. Got
And
it.
color is nothing but wavelength,
Got it. Amazing.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
So we can now simply state that to see something, we
Mm-hmm.
need to provide it energy.
Yeah.
True?
Yes.
So now let's begin to
Refraction
address
OP.
the
Yes, Aditya. Refraction OP.
let's address the elephant in the room. So
Okay.
I'll start now with the double slit experiment.
Okay.
So what happened was people were really excited about how light works and all. So
Yeah.
they placed an electron beam
Mm-hmm.
and they fired through a slit
Hmm.
and they placed a screen here
Yes.
behind, right? So
Yes.
what happened was the light traveled through the slit and
Hmm.
this pattern was emerged,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
This all went goody.
Yeah.
Then what they did was
So
they made,
the light went through the slit and it formed the pattern of the slit.
yeah,
Correct.
essentially,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Which is
it formed,
logical.
yeah, which is logical.
Yeah.
It formed where the slit was, which is
Obviously.
entirely logical.
Obviously. Yes.
So now what happened? Scientists made two slits parallel to
Hmm.
each other.
Yeah.
And this is where all the confusion began.
Right.
So, what happened is when the
Hmm.
light traveled from
Hmm.
both of the slits,
Hmm.
what they saw was interesting. They saw where there were, if these two are the slits,
Yeah.
here and here and here was the interference pattern, and not where the slits are present.
Right.
Because light also behaves as a wave,
Hmm.
and these waves superimposed and formed an interference pattern.
Yeah. So those waves sort of interacted with each other and
Yeah, and
split up even
some of
more.
where there were slits, they
Hmm.
cancelled each other out, and
Yeah.
where there were no slits, they stayed. They did not cancel each other out on
Hmm.
the screen.
Yeah, and
So
this is something that all of us can try,
yeah,
right? We can
yeah.
do this at
Sure, sure,
home.
sure,
It's not really that difficult.
sure.
Amazing.
Easily.
Okay, okay.
So now this is quite baffling even to us, even now after so many years of this experiment, right?
Right.
So the most logical thing to do was put a detector after a slit,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when you put the detector after
Mm.
the slit,
Yeah.
what happened was we estimated that where there will be slits, there
Mm.
will be light patterns, right? So
Yeah.
after we put on the detector, we saw the results that we predicted and
Yeah.
not the interference pattern.
Yeah.
So this was quite intriguing
No.
because when there was no detector, there was an interference pattern. And when a detector was placed, there was this.
Okay, this one I didn't understand.
Okay.
The when you put a detector, so what does the detector do? How does the detector change the experiment?
So we saw how you see things, right?
Yeah.
What does a detector do? It helps us see things, right? So instead,
Oh, so
it
when the
provided some sort of energy in the action of trying to see how the particles behave.
okay, so when you're saying that when we see through the detector, you only see two.
Yeah,
Oh. So and when we see with our naked eyes, then we see those three lines.
not necessarily. So
Okay.
when the detector is attached,
Hmm.
it supplies us some sort of energy to it, right?
Hmm.
That energy actually changes the behavior of these particles sent through this electron gun,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
and
Okay.
thus we get on the screen
Yeah.
two two lines where there were slits, and
Wow.
when we remove the detector, we get an interference pattern.
Okay. Why do I feel like in 15 minutes you went from basic ki sab kuch energy hai to like observer effect and quantum physics? I mean, I'm probably very mistaken. This is probably not really quantum physics, but then मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि it's almost like it is based on who is observing and how do we.
You are getting to the point. I will get to this point.
Wow.
Just
Yeah,
wait
yeah.
for a bit.
Okay,
Just
okay.
wait for a bit.
Cool,
Just
cool,
wait for
cool.
a bit.
Cool, cool.
So now what happened is the detector provided the energy, right?
Yeah.
So this is called as, okay, I think my marker is like
Oh no. Okay, no problem. Do you have another one?
uh marker आहे का? Marker असेल तर बघ.
Marker
हा.
असणार रे कुठेतरी तर असणार.
Observer effect. Sorry.
No, no, it's okay. We are all
So
observing, but not a problem. You could just explain verbally till then.
okay,
Yeah.
so this is what was called as observer effect,
Okay.
and it essentially means in the mere act of observing something,
Hmm.
you essentially what happened was you changed the behavior or
Hmm.
changed the results,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Now think of something that you went to your friend's house
Okay.
and her mom entered into, or his or her mom entered into the room.
Okay.
So here her his or her mom is the detector and you are the particle.
Okay.
Just imagine that,
I
and you
am.
would be all goody, right?
Yes.
But are you that?
Because okay, you're saying that we are both goody goody and not goody goody, but it depends on if the
Who's
observer is
observing
fresh.
us? Because her mom or her parents are observing us, we changed our behavior.
Correct. So this is something I really like when we use physics and chemistry laws to explain human behavior, because
Yeah,
I feel at somewhere we are also part of that system, so the same
yeah,
rules also apply to us. Okay,
yeah.
continue.
So, and this happens everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
on social media, on whenever you meet a person, the act of you observing that person
Right.
changes how he or she behaves.
Correct. And
So,
also, depending on which social media, because people can be
yeah,
very well behaved on Instagram, and on Twitter they are the
yep,
complete opposite.
yep. So, now that you know this, how are you going to use this
Yeah.
is up to you,
Okay.
totally you,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, I might say, no, you're wrong.
Hmm.
So, there's like, I like to like sum it up in a very brief manner and
Yeah.
very crude manner.
You
So,
can switch the camera, by the way. We can now
okay,
see you.
sure.
Yeah.
So, I like to say, like, people and particles
Hmm.
both are hypocrites.
Kya baat. I love this class. I love you how you proved from light say. Okay, cool. Move ahead.
Yeah. So that was the point, to actually let people know that
Okay.
physics is not really just that. You
Hmm.
can actually apply concepts of physics
Mm-hmm.
into your real life
Yeah.
and experiment with it. This,
Okay.
if I do, I have little bit more time.
Actually, no. We have almost reached 9:50. What do you want to talk about next?
So I just wanted to talk about butterfly effect
Okay.
and how do you like relate to it.
So,
So
okay. If I give you 1 minute, can you just tell me what is butterfly effect?
yeah, sure. So a butterfly effect is if a butterfly flaps its wings
Yeah.
in Africa, it might result to a storm in America.
Hmm.
Is the like
Is that yeah
notion statement,
yeah
but the essential crux is very small changes in a system's initial conditions
yeah.
tends to make huge changes in
Hmm.
the final results.
Hmm.
So now that you know it, every
Yeah.
single thing that happened in your life
Hmm.
has been responsible
Yeah.
for who you are.
Yeah, I think of this in terms of angles. Like if you change your angle by like point 0.1 degrees,
Yeah.
tomorrow it might not make much of a difference where you end up, but in 10 years you would be in a completely different place.
Yes.
So if you're thinking long term, you need to make very small changes now to have a
Yeah.
very large effect later.
It's like Vidit said in your discipline stream.
Hmm.
So start from making a bed,
Yeah,
which is a small change in initial conditions,
exactly.
but it will help you throughout the years.
Amazing. This can be a theme, Siddhesh. I would love to have you back, and I
Okay.
would love to continue drawing parallels between. This is a great way to learn physics. You take a physics principle, understand the physics of it, and then apply it to human behavior and everyday life.
Sure.
Love
Would love
it.
to.
In fact, I would also like someone to come and teach me laws of thermodynamics in chemistry, because I feel that is another area that is very
Yeah.
interesting for human
Yeah.
behavior.
Thermodynamics is quite interesting for human behavior.
Yeah. So I
It's
remember reading
quite,
that. Yeah. So maybe
yeah,
you can only teach it next time,
perfect. Yeah, so I'll try. I'll
or
try my best.
we can get
We'll
a
we'll discuss it rather than me teaching it.
sure,
It would be better.
sure. Done. Siddesh, thank you
Yeah,
so much. That was
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
We've started it. बहुत मजा आ गया. We will. This has given me confidence that this can be done. I loved it. 15 what? Okay,
Yeah,
18 minutes of physics, and I feel like we've learned something.
yeah, sure. Yeah. Thanks for
Thanks,
having
Sid.
me. Yeah.
Yes. See you.
Bye.
Bye. All right, and we are off. Oh, Siddhesh, I think I was supposed to tell you that Creatron is here. I think he's still listening. So yeah, I think that's probably your friend. And how did you guys like it? Tell me. I really want this feedback. Siddhesh OP, amazing. Yes. Mitwa Singh, amazing, super interesting class. Awesome. I really liked that. Strict to 15 minutes. So when somebody is on a really good flow, I don't. It just feels wrong. It just feels wrong to get. Acha, time up. Let's go. I mean, let's face it. Like 15 minutes is a way to get them to stay there, but then फ्लो को नहीं तोड़ना चाहिए. 16-18 minutes हो गया, ठीक है. Let's all relax. Love this initiative. Thank you, Prajwala. New view on old concept. Exactly. I mean, it's something you've read about, but then yeah, this has been fun. This has been fun. I want to try teaching sitar. Annie, that would be so much fun. Let's learn sitar. Let's learn musical instruments in 15 minutes. Really amazing. We want Sid back. Yes, so Siddhesh will definitely be back. We will do something. Bring Neil deGrasse Tyson. Hey, bhai. Vijay, I love it. It's been I love the optimism in this chat now. Okay, yeah, bring Neil deGrasse Tyson. Bring Barack Obama. Yes, मैं WhatsApp कर ही देता हूँ अभी. Okay, awesome. Let us now go on to the. Will there be a continuity with respect to topics? Anup, no. The idea is everything is connected. So if, like Siddhesh just said, butterfly effect. Let us see if random topics like physics and cooking and poker are connected, and something tells me that they will be. You can pick any four random topics, and if you talk about it long enough, you will find a common ground. So that is my theory. And with that, we are going to go to our next teacher, Ashmit. Can you switch on your video, please? And there he is. Okay, you are still mute. Hi, Ashmit.
Okay. Hello.
Welcome to the live stream. How are you feeling? I hope you're okay.
Yeah, I'm feeling well, a bit nervous, but yeah, this is the first time, so thank you.
It's my pleasure to have you on. How are you? And tell everybody, why do you want to talk about cooking?
So, cooking is a topic that I feel is people consider it very absolute, because they say this is the best recipe and this is the best thing that you will ever eat, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But I think there is a lot of relativism in cooking,
Okay.
which people often ignore. And I don't say that there is nothing absolute in cooking. I think there are facts,
Yeah.
but they are really buried deep down this thick layer of relativism, which people quite often ignore. So
Okay.
I just want to remove that relativism layer and that relative layer, because everyone's food preferences are different.
Right.
So, and just talk about the bottom layer of like almost absolutism,
Okay.
which everyone can connect to.
So
basically.
I remember we had this discussion on Discord as well.
Yeah.
On absolutism and relativity.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It'll be pretty interesting to see how you correlate that with cooking. So
Yeah,
I'm really looking
I'll try
forward
to
to that.
definitely correlate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody has just complimented you on your great skin. So I guess that is also something's cooking there.
Thank you. Okay.
Anjali,
Thank
don't
you.
distract Ashmit, okay? Let him focus.
No, I'm not looking at the chat at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Ashmit, talk to me about cooking.
Okay, so I'll just share the screen.
Yeah.
Please, just a second.
Is there something I have to do?
Yes, just a second.
Yeah, I have allowed share screen, so you can share whenever you're comfortable. Guys, what do you? Okay, how many of you here consider yourself to be chefs? This is I'm also great at cooking up gossip. Amrita, okay. Sakti bana rahe hai, monitor setup OP. Okay.
Okay, can you see the screen?
Yes, I think we will start seeing the screen in a bit. Okay, yeah, we are good to
Okay.
go.
Okay, very well. So in this, we will talk about understanding good food.
Okay.
Now, there's an asterisk above good, which I already explained, because
Yeah.
it's very relative what good means.
True.
But we'll try to remove relativism as much as possible, and we'll just try to talk about why it's not relative,
Okay.
and why it is also
Sure.
in some cases. Okay, so next slide is yes. So first we'll cover what this session won't cover.
Okay.
Because apart from a million things that it won't cover, it will certainly not cover any recipes, which are usually what the cooking live streams are
Sure.
usually what they are about.
Correct.
So I'm sorry.
Because you're going
You're
away
not- you're-
from.
so-
Yeah, tell me.
so you're not supposed to see these red lines, but because I'm not presenting this right now, I'm just showing the whole web page.
You
So
can
just ignore these red
You
lines.
can present if you like.
I don't think I can share while presenting.
You can't? Are you sure?
I'm not able to find
Okay, sure.
that way.
Let
So
it
just
be.
ignore.
Sure.
Yeah, so just ignore these lines.
Yeah.
So behind this is core ingredient and this is recipe.
Okay.
So this is how basically recipe is made.
Mm-hmm.
You pick a core ingredient, like you can pick paneer or chicken or potato, whatever you want,
Yeah.
around which the whole recipe is made.
Yeah.
And then you pick a side ingredient. It can be spice or some other accompaniment, like onions are pretty much used in all the savory dishes. So you can put a side ingredient, and then you can pick a technique. How do you want to merge those ingredients and cook them together? Then you can choose a technique, like you can boil them, you can steam them, you can roast them, or you can bake them.
Right.
So as you can see that then comes the recipe, of course. So as
I
you
love
can
how
see-
you added recipe in the end, because everyone starts off with the recipe.
Yes. So that's why there was a red mark.
Lovely.
Because we will not cover recipe.
Right.
So as you can see that there's an exponential growth in the things that one can make.
Yeah.
From moving from core ingredient to recipe.
Yeah.
No. So like for example, if I'm cooking chicken as a main dish and with onions, so I can use million different techniques to cook both things together. I can make a chicken tikka with onion salad, or I can cook a chicken korma, like mixing both things together and like stewing them.
Yeah.
So techniques with each step, the number of iterations like exponentially increase.
It's like evolution.
It's like the evolution, definitely.
Right.
So it's very silly to start with recipes, because there are millions and millions of recipes and you can never really end. You can never really understand. It's like a very short-sighted view of cooking if you start from recipes.
I love it. Absolutely. And that is where everyone starts with.
That's where everyone starts. If you pick any magazine or any video or something, that's where everyone starts. So you can never ever learn cooking by just looking at recipes and following recipes.
Amazing. Yes. Okay.
So why was there a red line on core ingredients also? Why was there a red line?
Because anything
So-
can be a core ingredient.
Yes. So basically, I don't want to take the freedom from you. I don't want to say paneer is better than soy chunks. I don't want to say chicken is better than paneer. That's your choice.
Yeah.
Because that's where relativism comes in.
Yeah.
I don't like black dal. You like yellow dal.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that I can't cook you anything or you can't cook me anything.
Yeah.
It's just that you have to sort of cope with me
Okay.
on that.
Okay.
Right. So I just want to remove that whole part. I just want to remove the relativism from this.
Lovely.
So
So take
You can-
anything as a core ingredient.
yes, anything as a core ingredient.
Yeah.
So what I will do in this session is that I will focus on the best side ingredients and the best techniques that you can follow to make any core ingredient.
Lovely.
So now recipes we are not talking, because we can use permutation and combination on side ingredients and techniques.
Right.
And core ingredients is your choice. You
Is
can cook
mine.
any core ingredient.
Beautiful.
So now, yeah, okay. So next slide is ways to good food. So again, good food is
Asterisk.
relative, as we just talked about.
Right.
So next slide is there was also animation in this, but because we are not presenting,
Sure.
there is no animation.
Okay.
So ways to good food. So first, as we talked about, we'll talk about ingredient based and technique based.
Ashwin, when you click on the play button, it doesn't start on the bottom right.
Yes, it will start actually. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Very simple animation. Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So ingredient based are on the left side and technique based on the right side. So these are the best practices that you can use to cook any food ingredient. Just a summary of this.
Okay.
So salting, adding fat, acidifying, adding umami, spicing, and so on are the ingredient based.
Okay.
And techniques are browning, adding texture, not overcooking, following order. So,
Right.
so these go on and on. But
Okay.
today we'll talk about just 4, 2 from ingredient based and 2 from technique based.
Perfect.
So adding umami 1.4, as you can see, I wanted to do a whole session on that because it's very, very interesting. But
You
it would
can.
have been very long. It would have been very, very long. So
We
I'm
can
not
do
doing
another
that.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. So it also have a controversy around it. Yeah. So if the chat has heard of the word Ajinomoto or MSG,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's umami. So quite a lot of controversy, quite a lot
Oh.
of banning around that word.
Yeah.
So today we'll not talk about that.
Cool.
Okay.
We'll stay away from triggering topics.
Yes, triggering topics.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is this now all hanged up? Just a second, please.
Oh, you have to click stop.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So ways to good food. Yeah. So first let's see the chart or the slider, not the slider actually, the timeline.
Yeah.
Not even timeline, but whatever this is.
Yeah.
Below.
The more relative to more absolute.
More absolute.
Correct.
So food basically, we can divide food into two sides. First is food for survival, and then is food for taste.
Huh.
What is food for survival? Food for survival is completely absolute.
Yeah.
Everyone needs food for survival. There is no, it doesn't matter what food you're eating, you just need food for survival. So that
Yeah.
is very absolute.
Yeah.
To live you need food, that's it.
Yeah.
And food for taste, you are eating food, but what food you are eating is relative.
Yeah.
So food, yeah.
It's like when you go up Maslow's pyramid, when you are at the bottom, you don't really
You
care
just need
about
food.
yeah. Taste wise कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
Yeah.
And as you go up, as you get more and more evolved or more and more, you get more privilege in a way. Then you can worry about taste and texture and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. So food for taste is completely relative. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I like yellow dal, you like black dal, but we are both eating dal.
Correct.
So we are both getting nutrition, but you like one variant and I like other variant.
Yeah.
So that's completely relative. We won't touch that.
Okay.
Because there is no point in doing that. Because if we do that, then there will be a million different live streams on what we can cover, because there are so many variations. What we'll cover now is are the ingredient based techniques, best practices, and technique based best practices.
Yeah.
Because they land right in the middle. Yeah. So they land right in the middle.
Yeah.
So this is because the things that I will talk about are also evolutionary, because I'll explain why they also have evolutionary basis, but they are also for taste. So you're getting both. You're not just eating like boiled potatoes and boiled meat for survival, and you're also not so much far into relativism that I'm eating something else and you're eating something else.
Sure.
So okay, so by using these techniques, we can upgrade the food for survival so that everyone can eat it.
Okay.
Okay, so next is, this is a very silly animation. So we'll talk about 4 of the things: adding fat, and acidifying, and browning, and adding texture.
Okay.
How much time is left? Can you please give me a hint?
We have around 7 minutes. Is that okay?
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so first is adding fat. So it's an ingredient based technique. So why do we want to add fat to make good food? So first I have to click stop.
Yeah.
So adding fat to anything makes it instantly better. Like fried food is a phenomenon that we are all aware of.
Yeah.
And it's the best food, as some argue, or best to taste, as some argue. We're not talking about health here.
Yeah.
They should be separate, I feel.
Yeah.
So adding fat. So why do we add fat? Because evolutionarily speaking, we are evolved to eat as much fat as possible.
Yeah.
Because early humans, they didn't have food all year long, so they needed fat to store as body fat, so that they can live in they can survive in conditions where there is no food. So
fat is more long-term energy, and carbohydrates are more short-term. Yeah.
It's also very energy dense. So fat is almost 9 so fat is also almost 9 kilocalories, whereas the carbohydrates and proteins are just 4.
4, yeah.
So very, very dense form of energy is fat. So you add fat. So now we'll see applications. Now what are the applications? Just add little bit more fat while you're cooking something, like it doesn't matter what fat you're using. You can add butter or just simple oil or extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah.
The body doesn't really care what fat it's eating. It's just like that is for the tongue. But overall, when you sense that fat is coming, your body just accepts it.
Yeah.
It doesn't really care what fat it is. So just adding fat is a very very great way to make good food or
Yeah.
good food.
Vivek, Vivek is saying he's adding fat to body right now, and it's making it more interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, in limit, I
In
must say.
limit, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there should be an asterisk here also.
This is a
After
this is
adding
a
fat.
great stream to watch while binge eating, I think. Yeah, continue.
Okay. So next is acidifying. So acids, I searched up why we like acids so much, like why we like acidic things and not basic things. Basic things for us are very bitter, like baking soda. If someone has accidentally tasted, very very bitter. But I don't know why we actually like acidic things. It's maybe due to the fact that they are very fresh, and our body really goes for the fresh things.
Is there a
I'm really sorry.
No, that's okay. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. No worries. Continue.
Okay.
So yeah. So acids are they? Yeah, we put Nimbu on everything.
Yes.
Yes.
But people who don't put, they should put.
Yeah.
Because it goes with everything actually. If you are cooking something, it just adds freshness, and the fat that we added before, it just cuts down that fat.
Yeah.
Because too much grease can also be unappetizing. So a little bit of acidifying. Now it can be on anything as without. It can be on paneer or potato or chicken, whatever you're doing. So just add a little bit of acid like nimbu or vinegar.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the end,
Also a bit of preservative effect maybe.
yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Acids have a preservative effect.
Yeah.
Like even if I'm fermenting something like curds or yogurt or some other things.
Yeah.
So they also make natural acid by lactic acid, which helps in preservation. So that also helps a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why humans like acid, because it helps in preservation.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So next is browning. Now this is my favorite. Now this is a technique-based thing. This is not an ingredient-based.
Right.
So you don't need anything to brown. You just need a hot flame or something.
Right.
So browning is very interesting because, especially for health enthusiasts, they think boiled meat is better than grilled meat, even when you don't add anything else. So this is a very very common misconception that you need to eat boiled fruits and boiled vegetables and boiled meats to get fit. But there is no real disadvantage of eating brown meat. The only advantage it has is that it adds so much flavor. Now, why it adds so much flavor, we'll now see, because this is a very important thing that most people don't do.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, when sugars and proteins, when they combine with heat, they create hundreds of new flavor compounds. So this is called the Maillard reaction. Maillard reaction.
Okay. What's the spell?
MILL.
MILL.
ARD. So it's a French name. So obviously a lot of silent words.
Yeah.
So
lovely.
The Maillard reaction.
And it has to be French. Like those guys love cooking.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Cooking is all for French.
Yeah.
Not for anyone else. Or at least they take the credit. Yeah. So you may have heard caramelization before, like caramelize this thing and caramelize that.
Yeah.
Like caramel obviously is a very common thing.
Yeah.
But caramelization. Okay, so I'm digressing. I'm sorry. First, so sugars and proteins, when they're subjected to a lot of heat and when there is very low moisture, they create hundreds of new flavor compounds. Yeah. And those flavor compounds are very very interesting because they are very primitive also, because you're especially attracted towards them because early humans, when they used to cook meat, they used to cook it over fire, and the aroma that used to come used to indicate them that the food is cooked and it's safe.
New flavors are coming. Yes.
New flavors are coming and it's safe. Very importantly, because earlier, evolution didn't really care about the flavor; it cared about safety of the humans first. Yeah. So because it was safe, people started to like them.
Okay, so it's like a reverse psychology.
Yes. So spices are also the same thing, because spices aren't intrinsically good for you, like they may have some micronutrients, but we like them because of their preservative qualities and because of the antimicrobial qualities.
Yeah.
So that's
Correct.
why we like the taste of
So-
them. Earlier people didn't used to like them, but
Yeah.
because of their qualities and functional properties, we
It's
like them.
interesting that people say, right, like nothing that is good for you you find tasty, and if you find tasty then it's not good for you. But then this theory sort of flips it around, because
Yeah.
it was, you find it tasty because it was good for you at some point.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
So it was either good for you for a body, or it was good for the food
Yeah.
that you are
Yeah.
eating. Because if you put some spice or some salt on some meat, it will stay for longer outside. Especially in India, that's why in India we use a lot of spices because of the hot climate. And people in the north, or people in the whatever that is Europe, people don't use that much spices.
Yeah.
Because of the cold temperatures.
Cool.
So yeah, so browning something till it's really dark and golden brown really helps to bring out a lot of flavors because of the Maillard reaction. Caramelization is also very similar. If you cook sugar, you create hundreds of new compounds, but Maillard reaction is slightly more complex.
Yeah.
So proteins and sugars are in almost everything, even in small amounts. So reducing sugars like glucose is in every living cell. So, and proteins are also in the cell walls and all the things.
Cool.
So you just need to cook it for a little longer without stirring, because if you stir, then it won't brown evenly.
Okay.
So very
Cool.
short story. Once my mother cooked me some what was it? Some aloo ki sabzi, something like that. And she went outside while the gas was turned high on, and it burned slightly on the bottom. And then, as moms usually do, she didn't throw out the whole thing. She just scraped off the uppermost layer of the sabzi, and she served me that. And it was the best aloo sabzi that I ever ate.
So this is very common because so many people love to have the scrapings at the bottom of the
For the same reason.
Correct.
So
Even in bhindi fry or whatever. Okay, continue.
Yes, I had bhindi fry today. Actually. So even if you look at corn or how we say bhutta, like a roasted bhutta, it's completely black.
Yeah,
it's completely burnt, and you like it for that reason only, because of the Maillard reaction.
Cool. Ashwin, you have 2 minutes. Let's
2 minutes only. Okay, so I'll skip this adding texture thing.
Okay.
Basically, the whole summary is that if you remove, if you blend fried chicken without bone, it won't taste the same as fried chicken just as.
Okay.
Even if it has the same things, if you blend it, so if you remove all the texture, then you won't like it. So add texture to foods.
Okay.
Basically, this is it.
How do you add texture?
So you can add texture by adding some textural elements like papad you can serve on side.
Okay, like that. Okay.
Yeah, like that. As simple as that.
Got it.
Even in cakes where there is nothing, there's nothing crispy. There are different
like
textures.
Choco chips and
choco chips and all that.
Understood.
So add texture. So now, in the last, I want to talk about this. That is it just me? Like the enigma of why less food prepared is tastier than bulk preparation.
Yeah.
This is a very, very common thing that I also used to be really concerned with, is that when I make something in a small amount, it tastes way better than I make that for like 10 people.
That's interesting.
It's very, very now something that you can't cook food. You can just cook food for yourself only and something like that. But it has a very actual and real physics concept behind it.
Yeah. Also, even when you're eating, something that is there in a smaller quantity somehow always tastes better than if you know कि अच्छा घर में दो डब्बा पूरा पड़ा हुआ है, then
you never eat it then. You never eat it.
Yeah, cool. Good to know.
But when you cook something, you actually are subjected to the square cube law.
Okay, this looks interesting.
Suppose this 1 feet box is your whole kadahi.
Yeah.
Okay, and this 3 feet box is also kadahi, and you are cooking some gravy or some sabzi in this 1 feet kadahi, and you are adding for this 1 feet kadahi, like suppose an arbitrary amount, not an arbitrary, 1 unit of salt you're adding.
Okay,
1 unit. It can be like a tablespoon or teaspoon, whatever.
Sure.
Just 1 unit for 1 feet, 1 unit. Now, intuitively, what you think is that for a 3 feet length kadahi, or a 3 feet cube kadahi, you would also you would add 3 units of salt. But it's not true.
Yeah.
You will add 27 units of salt instead.
Yeah.
So such a big difference.
Yeah.
From 3 to 27.
Yeah.
So this is the reason
Interesting.
why. Yeah. So intuitively we think that it should be linearly it should increase the
Yeah.
amount of ingredients that we are putting, but no, it increases to the cube of that.
Correct, correct. Although I wonder if people really talk about it, think about it in that sense, because I think people think about it in the terms of कितने लोगों के लिए बनाना है. तो मतलब 3
Yes.
लोगों के लिए versus 20 लोगों के लिए, and उस हिसाब से they might calculate. At least when I make chai, that's how I think of it. कि okay,
Yes, that way you can certainly calculate. But when you look at a karahi, a small karahi and a
yeah,
large
yeah,
karahi,
yeah, yeah.
you don't really think of how many people. So
Correct.
if for one people I'm putting one, and for three I'm putting three, you just look at it and you just estimate it.
Yeah.
How much you want to put.
Correct.
At least
Fair enough.
how people intuitively cook.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you measure the things, then then this disparity will vanish.
Yeah.
But how people normally cook, they come across this square cube law
Amazing.
and this disparity.
This is super cool, because I love the way you began. I love that initial thing of how ingredient or recipe ko hata do, which is basically what all cooking is about. And you said that pehle line mein ingredient or recipe ko hata do, and let's talk about everything else. That's a very great concept to think about, because it makes you realize that there are so many aspects to it, and the one that you are pushed to read is not really the most important thing.
Yeah.
Amazing, dude. All right.
Okay, thank
This
you very
is
much.
super cool, Ashwin. Thank you so much, guys. I hope that you all enjoyed this one. Ashwin, thank you for joining in.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I shall.
just-
Yes, you can stop your screen share and done. Amazing. I guess now I know how to cook. Of course, I don't know how to cook, but now at least I can think about cooking. And even if I don't cook, I can definitely talk about this with other people and say that, अच्छा तुमको पता है cooking के बारे में ये है. All right, that's good enough. That's good enough for now. I hope that you guys are having fun. This is a very new way of learning, and it's just something that I'm trying out for the first time. And I hope that you're all enjoying this. And this is so every comment that you are making is a sort of like a feedback loop for me, and I'm trying to figure out how to make this work, how to make this even better, what are the small flaws, what is really working. So yes, bring Gordon Ramsay. Okay, जैसे स्कूल में बोलते हैं और कुछ. let's see what I think is happening here is that we are flipping through knowledge channels. It's like how if you're on TV and you flip through different channels and you are on each channel for 15 minutes and you're just flipping through it, by the end you might feel like you have just seen a lot of things. Or how if you're on TED Talk podcast, so each podcast is for 10-15 minutes, and if you're on a 1 hour drive, you hear 4 random podcasts of very different things, and by the end of it you feel like, okay, बहुत weird चीज़ों के बारे में suddenly बहुत कुछ पता है. And I think this is sort of what is happening here. So alright, now we are going to go completely on a different tangent, and we are going to call on Nupur, and Nupur is going to talk to us about rehabilitation. So I don't know how much you guys know about it. I know a little bit, but Nupur, can you switch on your video, your audio, and come online and talk to us about rehab? Hi. Can you say a big hi? I don't think you're audible. No, volume bada.
Am I audible right now?
Very, very faintly. Or either you have to say, talk louder.
Right now?
Okay. I think you're fine. Guys, can you confirm? Nupur, start talking. Let chat confirm if you're audible or not.
Oh, okay. So, hello everyone. It's good to be here. For obvious reasons, this is a very new thing which we're all doing right now. And
No, too low. I think you were much more audible before. I think probably you can lose the headphones. because yeah, I thought that might be better, but then you were much more audible before.
Am I audible right now?
Yes, too much. 1 second. Let me. This is.
Oh my god, this is a nightmare. No.
No, it's not. It's not. 1 second. So now you should be fine. There is a lot of suggestions. Low voice, louder, please. Use different mic. Low audio.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Okay. We are on to yes. We have gone on to yes.
Okay. Great.
Nupur, welcome. Tell us about yourself. Tell us why you want to talk about rehabilitation.
I just completed my bachelor's in rehab, that is physiotherapy.
Okay.
And the reason why I wanted to talk about rehab is that I found, like, over the time, I realized that there's very less and limited awareness about rehab. And I hope that this opens up, a way of conversation and people start talking about it,
Lovely.
or at least want to learn about it.
Yes.
I hope I do some justice.
What is rehab for the sake of the audience?
Okay. So for diving right into it, rehabilitation, generally what people think, because of all these movies and all these fancy series, rehabilitation, generally when you say it, people think of some kind of addiction, like you want to get rid of some addiction, like Alcoholics Anonymous or something of that sort.
I just checked into rehab, like it's like
Yeah,
that's the word.
so and that is not true. So I mean, that is also one
It's a part of it.
Rehabilitation. But today what I'm here to talk about is a physical rehabilitation.
Right.
Now, what does rehabilitation really mean? Rehabilitation means the action of restoring someone's health or normal life through training and therapy. That is what rehabilitation means.
Right.
And today I'm here to talk about physical rehabilitation.
Okay.
So now, what is physical rehabilitation? What does it really do? Physical rehabilitation aims to enhance or restore your functional ability and the quality of your life for people with physical impairments or disabilities. Now, I know it's a lot of technical terms which is there.
It's very simple. Something is gone wrong in your body. It is not working the way it is supposed to work. Now that could be your bones if you've had a fracture. That could be your muscles if your muscles have become weak. It could be your heart if your heart is not beating properly. It could be your liver. It could be your brain. Anything. If it is not working the way it is supposed to work, then something is wrong. Now you have to come in and train that and make it do some things again and again so that it sort of learns how to do it properly again. Am I on track?
Yes.
Perfect. Awesome.
Perfect.
Continue.
So now what I want to talk about is, what are physical impairments? The physical impairments is a wide array of things. It's not just one thing ki chalo fracture ho gaya to tum impaired ho. It's not just fracture. It's a lot of things. It can range from being a small, like a constant pain in your neck or your back, to having a paralysis attack, or getting you have a fracture. Anything which hinders your optimum mobility or your optimal movement, everyday functions, that is a physical impairment. And that is the reason why I wanted to talk about it, that whenever we talk about rehab, it is always associated with something that
very
makes
big.
a huge impact on your life.
And
it is not supposed to, I mean, it is obviously you're supposed to seek help when you have a big thing going on, but it is not just that. Like, even a constant nagging pain for about 3-4 days, if you're having a constant nagging pain in your neck, after 3 days you're probably going to realize ki yaar, I'm not able to concentrate on my work, because it is there. You feel it. Your body tells you that you have pain.
Right.
And you have to recognize that. So that is what rehab, and that is where a physical therapist comes into picture. Like, it is not just necessarily, doesn't have to be after an injury or a surgery, or it doesn't have to be that. You can go to a therapist for anything, like any kind of an impairment. If you have neck pain or you
Yeah.
have a sprain, and there are different kinds of so the the general notion of physical rehab is that therapists only come into picture in the hospital,
Hmm.
post surgery or post
Yeah.
you know general a trauma or a paralysis attack. And that is true, but generally there are a lot of so for example, if you say ki a general physician that deals with everything, it's not, he has a round up knowledge of everything,
Yeah.
but you go ahead and you specialize into something, and that person can give you a better insight on what your problem
Into
is.
that specific problem. Yeah.
Yes. So so there are people that you can specialize into different things,
Hmm.
and generally these specializations are based on your physiological systems
Hmm.
that are there in your body.
Such
So,
as.
yes. So there is one which is musculoskeletal, that
Hmm.
is basically which means it deals with your muscles or bones.
Hmm.
So you can go to that person if you have some muscle problem
So
or a
you
bone
have a
problem.
musculoskeletal physiotherapist.
Yes, right.
Okay. Okay.
Then there are neurophysiotherapists which deal with neurological symptoms. So if you have a paralysis attack, which we call as stroke,
Sure.
post a stroke, or you have some neuropathies,
Hmm.
or some any kind of neurological
Nerve
problems.
problems or a neuron problem. Yeah.
Yes. So you can go to a neurophysiotherapist. Then there's this other part which is called as the cardiovascular or respiratory physiotherapist, which is right now, if you ask me, in COVID situation,
It is the
there are
most important. Yeah.
yes, there are therapists working in those streams as well. So you need that sometimes when if you have problems for you have some kind of respiratory conditions, or you have problems in
Yeah.
breathing, or generally if you want to increase your quality of life, that
Hmm.
as well. So
If you have to talk about the concept of rehab, right? So you have talked about all these different organs, and सब जगह पे problem होता है, तो you have to do rehab to bring it back.
yeah.
If I were to ask you that, how does rehab work, irrespective, then do you have any insight on that?
Yeah, so rehab is a two-way thing. All right. So rehab does not just mean that, okay, a person comes to you with a certain problem and I give you the treatment and that person goes away.
Right.
It is not just that. So it is a very subjective thing. When a person comes to you, you're supposed to ask, since it is based on the whole crux of rehabilitation is to make your patient, make the person coming to you functional in his own environment.
Yeah.
It has to be a two-way thing. So if a person is coming to you with a certain problem, it is essential for a therapist to ask them, what are you expecting from me?
Yeah.
So if a sportsman is coming to me, it is, I have to treat his problem first, but I also have to work hard to get him back to his sports.
Correct. Because what is optimum is relative.
Exactly.
सबके लिए अलग होता है. And that is a lot like a student-teacher relationship also, because we think that in a school a student just has to go, and the teacher will just keep teaching and the student will learn, but it is a two-way thing. The student will have to keep giving feedback, respond to the teacher, and that is how that thing works. And just like in cooking also, now I'm realizing that if somebody will cook and somebody else is eating it, it is a two-way thing. So to make that food tasty, it's not just the chef's decision or the diner's decision. It's, you have to have this conversation of, this is what I'm making, and if you get a feedback, then you know how to change things.
Exactly. Perfect.
Amazing. Okay.
Perfect.
So yeah, tell me, is there any specific kind of rehabilitation you want to talk about, because you have 3 minutes more?
Okay. So not specific rehab. I actually wanted to touch upon a small concept of neuroplasticity that I wanted to talk about, and I think you've talked about it on your one of your learning streams with Abhish and Tanmay.
Yeah.
I just made like there's a small image that I want to show you.
Sure, sure.
So I'll just share my screen with
No
you
problem.
guys, and
Yes.
just let me know if it's there.
Yes. Okay, so this is when we talk about rehabilitation, I think that this is one of the most important aspect of um, of care that we now have to talk about going ahead, because a lot of focus has been on really expensive treatment, and rehabilitation has we are still understanding the effects that it can have. But especially from my perspective in neurology, rehabilitation is everything. And it is almost like a miracle when it works, if you do it properly, versus if you don't do it properly. There is a world of difference. And I'm a big believer in rehabilitation. And
Yeah,
even
so
when
I
we talk
also
of
wanted to,
yeah,
I just wanted to jump on the point that you said that sometimes what happens is a lot of people do not go to the last part. So when a person thinks that, okay, now I'm feeling fine, they stop it there, which is
yeah,
not a great thing to do. You're supposed to go through with it completely so that you reach your optimum functional
correct,
level.
yeah,
So I hope that after
today's stream.
today's stream they understand.
I don't think we have that much of a reach yet, but I will, for my part, what I will do is I will always insist on this, because I know the good it does. And I also believe that the role of the physiotherapist is at some point also to teach the patients, so that
Yeah.
they can do it by themselves, because at the end it is something that you have to do it by yourself, because
Yeah.
it has to be a continuous lifelong process, right? So
Definitely.
yeah, tell me, what is this what you have shared?
Okay. So first I'll just give a short, definition kind of
Yeah.
thing. So what does neuroplasticity basically mean is that uh, n- our brain starts to form newer connections. That is called as neuroplasticity. So
Yeah.
two neurons forming connection between them is called as neuroplasticity. For example, we can say if there are two new people meeting, the
Yeah.
connection that is formed between them, that is called as neuroplasticity.
For sure, that is called as chat plasticity. There are so many people who are now becoming familiar with each other. So then,
Oh,
yes.
that is great. That is great.
Yes.
Okay, so I think from your streams, I think I can talk about this about motor cortex. Now, in the motor cortex, there's a left side and there's a right side.
Yeah.
And we all know that it is it is oppositely connected.
Yeah.
So the right side governs your left side of the body,
Yes.
and left side of the motor cortex will govern your right side of the body.
Yes.
Now imagine that this is a left side. Can you all see the screen?
Yes, I think they can all see the screen, and I hope that everybody's understood this concept that the brain controls the opposite side of the body. So yeah, they can all see it. Continue.
All right. So imagine that this is the left side and this is the right side, and this is the right hand and this is the left hand. Okay.
Okay.
Now, so imagine that there is a problem. You have had some trauma, and for some reason, this part, left side of your hemisphere, which controls your right hand, has undergone some impairment, and it is not working.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what neuroplasticity means is that if you try if you're going under rehab, or if you're trying to use that hand, use your hand or anything, your brain will start forming newer connections. And how it really happens is, so supposedly this right side of your brain will make a newer connection to the left side of the brain, and will overtake of this right left side's function, and this is not as easy as it seems. It is not like it will form a new connection and you will
get full control. It's not like that.
Get full control. It is not like that. But if you use it enough, and if you are going through a rehab program, you can reach a certain amount of function ability at the end of it.
There are
So
so many fascinating concepts behind this. So the idea of mirror neurons, the
yes,
idea of how your corpus callosum gets hyperactivated, and I think rehabilitation is like this whole neuroscience of rehabilitation is a very interesting topic. I don't know if everybody would be interested in it, but maybe we can do a smaller discussion and then put it up.
members only or something like that.
No, no, not a members only, but then we can do a video on it and put it up, like edit it,
Right.
put it up, and so that it's accessible to everyone.
Right.
Okay, amazing, Nupur. What is there anything else you want to share?
No, I think my time is up.
Yeah,
5 minutes.
yes, but that was a lovely talk, Nupur. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I
you
hope
so much.
everybody understood a little bit
I
at least
hope
about.
everybody was with me because it's a little technical. I understand that, but
Yes.
it's you don't have to concentrate on the last part. Just remember what we talked about in the first half
Yes.
and try to
So
pace through it on your own.
yeah, so to summarize, if there is a part of your body that is not functioning in its optimum level, your so rehabilitation is when you use a system to make that part get it back to its optimum level by repeatedly doing something.
Yes.
It could be a physical movement, it could be an exercise, and gradually you get it back to the optimum level. And in the brain, the way it comes back to the optimum level is because new neurons form connections, and that is called as neuroplasticity.
Perfect.
Amazing. So am I a good student?
Oh, you're a great teacher.
Awesome.
Actually, I
No,
learned
no.
a lot of things from
Right
your
now
stream.
I'm learning, so that's amazing. Nupur,
Okay.
thank you so much for joining in.
Thank
We
you.
shall
Thank
see
you
you
very
soon.
much.
We'll have you back.
Thank you for having me. Thank
It's a pleasure.
everyone.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
All right. We are done with 3 classes. What have we learned? Let's see. We learned that light can exist as wave and particle. We learned that observer effect exists even in light. And we've learned that people and light are both hypocrites, and that perspective can change everything. We also learned the butterfly effect. We learned that cooking ingredients is subjective and recipes are infinite. So the important things to know is technique and side ingredient. So what side ingredient will you mix it with, and what technique will you use to cook, and then you can use any recipe, which is a great way of looking at it. So it's almost like a hack. So it's almost like if you learn the middle part, then आगे और पीछे कुछ भी डाल दो and you have yourself a different dish, which is a great way of looking at cooking. I think I can deal with that. I can approach cooking like that. And finally, we learned about rehabilitation, and we just did a summary of that. I hope everybody's happy. So there's a lot of Nupur OP, there's a lot of bring her back for sure. So the great thing is that all of these speakers are coming up with something that I feel we want to learn more about. So definitely going to bring her back. And Parth, I also want to teach you something. So Parth, you can just join Discord. It's on the description below. And there is a chat room where you can apply what is your qualification and what do you want to teach. And we are going to take this more and more. Now, finally, we are going to learn something super cool, and I've been looking forward to it. We're going to learn poker. I love the game, but I keep forgetting the rules, and so yeah, I love the game that much. And hopefully after today I will never have that problem. So please welcome Krishna. Krishna, can you switch on your video please and join the live stream? Accessplit.com. Hi Krishna. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me here.
It's super fun. It's super fun having you. Guys, I just wanted to announce that all the cool videos that you guys saw, the edits that of Tanmay and Abhish, and we had those 3 5-minute clips. All those edits were done by Krishna. So a big thank you for that.
Thank you very much.
And
It's sweet of you to accept it.
yeah. I mean, I'm not. I'm not gonna pretend that I know that much editing. We are very clear on what we know and what we don't know. So yes, so and I'm super excited that you are going to teach us
Yes.
poker. So tell me, okay, first of all, tell me what do you do and
Yeah.
tell me why poker.
Yeah. So hi, Jack. I'm a front-end engineer, software front-end engineer working at a startup in Delhi,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been playing poker recreationally since like last 2 years now.
Okay.
And yeah, and this lockdown it became much more. So I wanted to like start streaming poker and like involve more people in it.
Oh, lovely.
And yeah,
Okay.
I'm doing it like I'm starting this Saturday.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. So Krishna, I
Yeah.
don't think you have shared your
Uh, I
YouTube
actually
channel
added
or
it in the description directly.
this is, I would have said it's abuse of power, but I only, it's
Yeah.
okay. I completely understand. I made him
A
one of the
little
editors
flex.
and he's just using that power.
A little flex. A little flex.
A little flex. Okay, what else did you add?
Just that.
Okay,
With power
amazing.
comes responsibility.
Yes. Now I have my eye on you. Okay, tell me, teach me poker.
Yeah. Let me actually share my screen.
Yes, yes, you can.
Just a second.
I love how you said that. नहीं नहीं मैंने ऐड कर दिया. Okay, wait, hang on.
Yeah.
I
Can
just
we
need
chat
to. Yes.
screen?
Poker 101, poker for noobs. All right. I love it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
So the aim of
hang on. Yeah, tell me. Go ahead.
yeah. So the aim of the next 15 minutes is for everyone who has heard the word poker but doesn't know, or like you said, keep forgetting the rules.
Yes.
So the idea is to learn the poker enough so that you can start playing online or start playing with your friends and stuff.
Lovely.
So that's the idea.
Huh.
Okay, cool. So let's get started.
Done.
So what is poker? So
It's a
poker
card
is
game.
basically it's a card game with some rules where the idea of the poker is you have to create some combination of cards and bet based on how good you think the combination is, and whoever has the best combination at the end of the game wins
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
Right? At the gist of it, that is what it is. Now there are many types of poker. So there are popularly three types of poker. One is draw poker, one is second stud poker, and the third one is community poker. And the difference is based on the rules and how many combinations and different rankings. So that is
Acha.
what the difference in all three.
Okay.
We especially in India, I think no limit hold'em poker is very famous, which is one
Okay.
of the variants of community poker. So community poker has two variants: Texas hold'em poker and no limit hold'em poker.
Okay.
Both are almost similar, just the betting rules are different. In
Acha.
this tutorial, we'll go through no limit hold'em poker so that you can just start it on the camera.
Done.
So let's go to the history first. Poker has many variants since last 1,000 years.
Yeah.
It came to US in the 17th century when some settlers brought it to US. Then it was the Hold'em variant that we see popularly now was born in Texas in the 19th century. That's why the name Texas Hold'em poker. It remained in that state till in 1967, few people brought it to Vegas.
Yeah.
And it ran in one casino for a few years.
Yeah.
And in 1969, in one of the tournaments organized by the casino, many people won a lot of money. And that's how it got popular. And in 1970, the World Series of Poker tournament started.
Okay.
And that's how, and the rest is history. Yeah. And yeah, so before starting the games, there are many myths associated with poker. So let's go through a few of them.
Yeah.
One is a very big misconception is poker is all about luck.
Yeah.
Which is not true to 100%. So if I can put it correctly, like if you play very few small random games, like 1, 2, or 3, then a lot of luck is there. But if you play poker professionally for a long period of time and thousands of games, then without skill you cannot go further in the game.
Okay. So
the skills that are involved in poker are mathematics and probability and combinatorics specifically, and psychology of reading other person's behavior.
Yeah, the famous poker face.
The famous poker face.
Yes.
Other misconception is people like it's think it's a very easy shortcut to earn money.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it's the opposite. Lot of hard work goes into
It's an easy way to
playing
lose
poker.
money.
Yeah, and like a lot of professional poker players like almost play 6, 8, 10 hours sometimes every day.
Yeah.
And then beyond playing the game, you need to keep practicing, keep reviewing. There's a lot of feedback
Keep
loop involved.
practicing.
Yeah, you keep practicing, you keep looking, you keep review your hands and see last week how many hands did I lose, how many hands did I win, why did I lose, was it maths
Wow.
problem, was it a psychology problem,
Damn.
where could I have changed a few things, and so or was it just the situation, my mind was not working, that was not that focused.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of maths and
Like
psychology
any
into that
game.
goes.
In any game.
Like any
I'm
game,
sure
like
like
any
after
game.
any chess game, somebody would go back and do the
Yes,
exact same
yes,
thing.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Pretty
So in
much.
fact, chess and poker, like because they're all brain and maths and psychology,
Yeah.
like many poker players play chess and many chess players
Yeah.
play
Play
poker.
poker. As a
Like,
practice,
yeah,
yeah.
as a practice to the brain,
Hmm.
right? Another for India specifically,
We
people
should
think
start
playing poker is-
tournaments in the chat, by the way. Like we should start tournaments
Yes.
in this group.
Yes,
We can have
yes,
chess
yes.
and poker tournaments.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be super fun.
True.
Okay.
We can have a monthly tournament to
Yes,
start with.
exactly.
Yes, we can do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could arrange poker and somebody could arrange chess and we can have
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
proper. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
I think Vidit can arrange chess for you.
Sure, I can ask. Okay, go on.
Yeah. So third misconception is playing poker is illegal in India,
Mm-hmm.
which is not completely true, but true to an extent that there are some states that have deemed it illegal.
Okay.
Specifically, these states where Assam, Odisha, Nagaland, Sikkim, and Telangana
Okay.
have said that. So Indian Constitution says that any game of skill cannot be termed illegal, but they have left it to the states to define
What is
a
skill?
definition of poker. So it's people like these states
Okay.
have said that poker is pure game of luck. So
Okay.
they have termed it illegal. But in otherwise, at least online poker, you can play in any other state.
Okay. So guys, if you're from this state, I'm sorry, but the rest of
Yeah.
you,
Yeah. So
next
if you join
next
any
month we
online,
will play.
yeah. So if you join any online poker sites,
Yeah.
like along with terms and condition, you also have to tick mark this that you're not from
Oh,
these states.
wow, that is discrimination. But okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So now let's get to the game.
Yes.
So in one game, there are 2 to 9 players who can play. It involves one deck of cards which has 52 cards, 13 of each suit. There are 4 suits: diamond, heart, spade, and club. And the cards, they are ranked as follows. So 2 is the lowest ranked card, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then JQK, then A is the highest ranked card. So this ranking will come in handy. So keep this in mind.
I mean, सिर्फ इतना याद रखना है कि ace is the highest. Ace is not
Ace is the highest.
हाँ.
Yeah, ace is not the lowest.
बाकी सब logical है हाँ.
Logical.
And is there is no difference between the houses, right? It's not like spade is more than diamond or
No.
anything. So like in bridge that is the difference. In bridge, a spade is higher than a diamond, a heart, which is higher than a diamond, which is higher than a club. So that is the difference. But then I think इसमें नहीं है वो.
इसमें नहीं.
Cool. Go ahead.
Cool. So let's get to the aim of the game. In this example, we'll go with 6 players: A, B, C, D, E, and F.
Okay.
And in the starting of the game,
we are looking at an actual game. Amazing. All right.
Yeah. We'll go through one full game through this example.
So clearly, he's a video editor, guys. I mean, I think if it wasn't obvious till now. I mean, there's an unfair advantage, man. These guys have like the quality of the presentation is at another level. Amazing. Okay, go on.
Awesome. So in the starting of the game, there are 2 cards given to each player, which are called whole cards.
Yeah.
And only you know what your cards are.
Okay.
Then later in the game, there are 5 cards like 5 cards put in on the table, which are called community cards.
Yeah.
And these cards everyone can see. So now you have a combination of 7 cards with you. 1, 2 that only you know, and 5 that all the community knows.
Everyone knows. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now your aim of the game is to make a best of 5 cards out of these 7 cards.
Yeah.
And then we'll come to how those combinations are made. but you have to make the best combination and then bet money based on how think your combination, how good is your combination or how bad. You bet money, and then whoever has the best combination at the end wins the game.
Perfect.
Cool. Uh, so and has the bet, like they bet based on everyone has some money with them, which is called stack in poker. So whatever stack they have, they can bet and they win. Now let's come to the combination. So now there are 10 types of combinations possible. Ranking from 1 to 10, with 1 being the highest and 10 being the lowest. Do not get overwhelmed with this chart. If you don't know, feel free to, while playing poker, you can actually just download this image.
Every time.
You will find every time, and then just keep it with you, so that, and while playing few games, you will understand what this is, and we'll go through this. What does this mean?
You could just screenshot this also. This is awesome.
You can just screenshot.
Yeah.
So first is high card. So high card is when you, in the 5 best cards that you have, all 5 cards are different and there is no combination whatsoever. So when, like, we rank those 5 cards based on the ranking that we saw previously, and whatever the highest rank the card that you have, that becomes an high card. So let's say if your opponent also has an high card and you have an high card, among you two, whoever has the highest ranked card will win the game. Next, 9th rank is a pair, which is your 3 cards are different, but your 2 cards are the same. 8th rank is 2 pairs.
ये सबसे common है, मतलब pair. Pair is the one that you always start winning with.
Pair is why is the 9th rank. It's pretty low on the bar. Then you have 2 pairs, which is your 1 card is different, but you have 4 cards, 2 of each. Then you have 3 of a kind, which is 7th rank, where your 2 cards are different but 3 are same. Then you have a full house, where your 3 cards are different. 3 cards are of one type and 2 cards are of another type.
Okay. So why? Now I always wanted to know, why is it called a full house?
Because it's full. All 5 cards are full, right? There's no arbitrary, like there's no unnecessary card there.
Acha, so this is the first. Correct. So when you're going from 10, least important to most important, then this is the first set where there is no free card.
No, actually. So if you observe, we skipped from 7th rank 3 of a kind to 4th rank full house. We have skipped 6 and 5. We'll come to that in a second.
Okay. Got it.
Just to like give you the continuity of the pairs. I
got it. Okay.
Then better than full house is 4 of a kind, which is your 4 cards are same and 1 is a waste card. Now let's come to the 6th card. 6th is straight, which is all your cards are continuous, which is 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 7, 8, 9.
But they're different houses.
They're different houses, different suits, but all are continuous cards.
Right.
Then you have better than straight is a flush, which is any card of the same suit. So if you see, all 5 cards are of diamond suit.
Yeah.
So this is flush. Then we covered 4 and 3rd rank. 2nd rank is a straight flush, which is it's straight as well as a flush, all diamond suits and all continuous cards.
Okay, so these two words are, so straight means sequence and flush means same house.
Same
so
house.
Straight
and
flush.
Straight flush is both same house and
sequence.
And first one is the royal flush, which is a subset of a straight flush, which is the highest possible combination, which is 10 J Q K A of a same suit.
Correct.
And if you have a royal flush in the game, you can never lose. There can never be 2 royal flushes in a game.
Acha.
You're always winning. No draw, no lose. You're always winning.
Kuch nahi. But then you have to play it very carefully, because people, once somebody knows that you have a royal flush, then they'll all fold.
Everyone fold.
Yeah. Okay. Understood.
Cool. Now let's come to the positions on the table.
Okay.
So for our 6 players, whoever starts first in position number 1, in our case player A, that person is called small blind. Person after small blind is called big blind. And the last position on the table is called a dealer, which is F. Right? And after each game, these positions keep rotating.
Okay, so like a clockwise.
Clockwise. So in the next game, C will become big blind, B will become small blind, A will become dealer, and then it will keep rotating.
Got it. And ऐसा कुछ है क्या कि कैसे शुरू करना है, किससे, you can start it with anybody.
Arbitrary. There's no.
Cool.
And small blind and big blind also have another significance, is that before starting a game, there's a pre-decided amount that the small blind has to bet, and big blind has to bet double that amount. So let's say if a small blind has to bet 50, big blind has to bet 100, and every time before the game starts, small blind and big blind have to bet this
और
money.
ये आर्बिट्ररी अमाउंट पहले से ही डिसाइड किया जाता है.
ये आप टेबल ज्वाइन करने से पहले you will know कि what is the small blind and big blind amount that you need to pay.
Okay.
So based on how much budget and money that you're going in with,
Right.
you can decide
कौन से टेबल पे जाना है.
कौन से टेबल पे जाना है.
Okay.
Right.
So सस्ता टेबल है, मीडियम टेबल है, लार्ज टेबल है.
Yes. Yeah. So that's how. So that are called stakes. So whatever low stakes, medium stakes, high stakes.
Correct.
So you can decide based on the blinds.
Correct.
Blind values. Right. Cool. So now, so overall in one game, one round, there are overall 10 steps, which includes 4 betting rounds.
Okay.
Let's just go through one by one how to play.
Sure.
Cool. So this is how the table is set before the game starts. With 6 players, everyone has some stack with them. C has 2000, E has 500, and so on.
Achha.
Small blind is A, big blind is B, F is dealer. And the small blind amount is 50 and big blind amount is 100. Right? So obviously when the game starts, small blind has to pay a 50, big blind has to pay 100.
Yeah.
And in the center, which is called pot, you have 150 in the pot.
Yeah. ये तो होना ही है.
हाँ, and this is done because even before starting the game, other players have incentive to bet because there's something extra that they are betting.
Yeah.
So it just adds that incentive to keep playing instead of just.
अगर सब लोगों ने पास कर दिया तो फिर कोई मतलब नहीं है.
फिर कोई मतलब ही नहीं है.
Correct.
Yeah.
हाँ.
तो बस
Also, I like how everybody starting off with a different amount because this is how it is in real life. हम लोग जब when we are playing it just like that, you sort of divide the money equally.
Yeah.
But in a casino, this is how it is probably.
Yeah. So there's a range of amount that you can buy based on small blind and big blind. So let's say if it's small blind is 50, big blind is 100. Like the range could be you have a minimum of 500 rupees and maximum of 700 rupees.
Okay.
So you can buy any amount in that range and then you can start.
Okay. And that is also based on that table. वो table में ये range
that is,
होगा. Yeah.
So there are two information you know before joining the table: blind values and ranges.
Range.
By ranges.
Okay.
That range. Right. Cool. So now, after they have put in the money, now 2 cards are distributed, whole cards to all the players.
Yeah.
Now the betting round starts.
Yeah.
So in the first betting round, since player A and B, being the blinds, already gave in money.
Yeah.
Now the first chance is of player C. So because B already gave in money, and C it starts from C and it will end at B. It will end at big blind.
Yeah.
First round, right? So now what happens in a betting round? Let's see that first. So betting starts clockwise. So first C, D, E, F, A, B.
Yeah.
So it's going clockwise. To stay in the game, player has to bet at least the same amount of money that the previous player has bet. So now if C has to stay in the game and if he thinks or she thinks they have a very good chance of winning or they want to continue play, they have to bet at least what B has bet,
That's
which
100.
is 100. So they have to bet at least 100 to stay in the game.
So when they say blind, A and B are blind, so that means they have to put in the money even if they have seen the card or not seen the card.
Yeah, before even they have seen the card.
But C will see the card.
C will see the card and then decide whether to play or not.
Cool.
Right? So C has 4 options that they can do as betting actions. One is they can fold, which is they can see ki out of that 5 card combination, kuch ban nahi raha. Let's say a 2 and a 9. There's nothing, there's no pair, there's no straight flush, nothing is possible. So I'll rather fold rather than wasting money. So that I'll go out of the game, I'll not play this.
So इसमें ठीक है, you could have flipped the cards.
Yeah, I could have flipped.
Yeah, but then next time.
Yeah. Bet raise, which is they can see ki if I have a very good card. Let's say I got a pair, 2 aces I have in the cards. So they can raise it. So let's say previous player has put in 100. Now they can say I'll raise it to 200 or I'll put in 300 because I think my cards are so good that I am ready to put in more money into this.
Yeah. So then after that he is forcing everybody else to raise the stakes if you want to stay in the game. So
Yes.
Vin Cooler said, I'm lost to be honest. Okay, Vin, what part did you not get? Because
Yes.
we'll go over it again. Because this is a super fun game. So
Yeah.
A and B को डालना ही है because they are the first two players. And then B has put in 100. So now C has to put in 100. But now C has seen the cards. And now C का card, suppose if it is a 2 of spades and a 9 of clubs, उसका कुछ बनता नहीं है. There's no connection between the two. So and C is not feeling optimistic. वो lucky streak नहीं लग रहा है. So then C is like, I will fold. तो मुझे कोई पैसा नहीं डालना है.
Yeah.
Right?
So if we remove the language of poker, then C के पास 3 ऑप्शन है. या तो बोलेगा नहीं खेलूंगा, या तो बोलेगा ठीक है मिनिमम डालूंगा कि I can play next round, or he will say I'll put in so much money that I'll make it difficult for you to play because I have good cards and I want all the money.
Yeah. And community cards, Vishnu, is not come yet. So community cards come out after the first round
After
of
the first round
betting.
of
Yeah. Cool. Oh, Abhishek has said C may choose not to see and show off. ऐसे करते क्या लोग?
हाँ, मतलब it depends
But
on
what
the type of the game.
advantage would that give?
Nothing. It's a disadvantage.
Exactly. Huh. It's not like Teen Pati mein if you're blind then everybody else has to play double or something like that.
Nothing. It's C's choice.
C's choice.
Freedom in the freedom.
Fair enough. ठीक है. Cool. Go on.
ठीक है. So we'll come to these actions over
Sure.
while looking at the game.
Yeah.
So now it's C's chance. Now C has decided to call 100, saying ki I don't know whether these are good or bad, but I want to play another round into C and then decide.
Yeah.
So he has put in minimum amount to get started. D's chance, D has said not worth it. I'll just fold, not worth putting in the money and losing later. So I'll just fold and go out of the game right now.
Save my money. Yeah.
E's chance, again, decent cards, not very good, so called. F chance, called. Ace chance, they also called. Now it's B chance, and B is the last player to play this round, right? So if B has, since A.
So this was something interesting. A had already put in 50. So this time they only had to put in 50 more.
They only had to put in 50 more.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
And now, because it's B's chance and B has already put in 100 and the maximum amount on the table is 100.
Yeah.
So if B says check that I don't, it's my decent cards, I don't want to put in money, I'll just pass on and wait. So this betting round will end and we'll move to the next step.
Yeah.
But if B has good cards and B thinks it's worth putting in more money, B can raise.
Yeah.
So let's say in this case B has raised to 300, saying I have very good cards, I want to raise.
So at this point everybody else is giving galis to B कि अरे यार community card आने दे बाहर.
Yes.
क्या
so
problem
betting
है?
So betting ka one rule is कि everyone has to put in the same amount of money to be able to go to the next step.
Right.
So now because B has put in 200 more,
Sabko
now one
डालना
more
पड़ेगा.
round will go on, and they will see कि क्या हो रहा है. So in the next round, what has happened is C has called 300, E has folded, F has called 300, and A has called 300, and it's B's chance again. So B if again raises, then again one more round will go.
Yeah.
But B is not a dumbass, so B checks.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this. Let's move on. Then we go to the next step, which is a flop. Flop is basically 3 community cards are put in out of the 5 community cards.
Oh, that's what it's called. Flop. Okay.
Flop. So this step is called flop. And it's called flop because apparently the sound the cards make when the dealer throws it on the table is a flop sound.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So now based on that, again, next betting round will start. And from now, player A will start the betting because in this round, no one has put in any money. Everyone is starting from 0. Right. So one round happens. So what has happened? A has checked. I don't want to put in any money. So B has checked, C has checked, and F has also checked. So in this round, everyone has put in the same amount of money, which is $0.
अच्छा, सब लोग ने चेक कर दिया.
सबने चेक कर दिया कि देखते हैं क्या होगा.
अगला क्या निकलता है. हाँ.
So this betting round has ended without anything getting contributed to the pot.
And because here everybody has these 2 jacks now. So एक pair तो सबके पास है, तो कोई फायदा नहीं है.
Yes. So it depends कि So let's say किसी और के पास जैक है तो 3 ऑफ अ काइंड
3 of a kind
बनेगा.
बनेगा, हाँ.
किसी और के पास अगर 9 और 10 है, so
हाँ.
8 9 10 J स्ट्रेट की
Yes.
पॉसिबिलिटी आ जाती है.
Yes,
किसी
yes.
एक के पास 8 और J है
हाँ.
तो फुल हाउस बन जाता है with 3 J's and 2 8s. So there are many possible combinations that I
Amazing.
as a player can see and based on that decide whether it's worth playing or not.
प्रियांश को चक्कर आने लगा है. प्रियांश थोड़ा पानी पी के आ जाओ, आराम से बैठ.
वापस स्ट्रीम शुरू करके आराम 5x में
वही वही. Cool. I think सब लोग एक बार गेम खेलेंगे ना.
हाँ, I think then
Right,
we
Krishna,
will-
let's arrange one. एक poker round तो कर ही
I'll-
लेंगे कभी ना कभी तो.
Sure,
So let's do that. Yes. Okay, continue. And yeah, people can always watch the stream again. Yeah.
Yeah.
बोल आगे बोल.
So we go to the next round, which is turn. Turn is where the fourth community card is shown. It is called turn because this is where the tide turns, which is the winning player loses and the losing player can win.
Wow. Okay.
So if you see a card number 9 has shown up. So if someone has a 10 and a
Yeah.
Q,
Yeah.
so unka straight ban jata
Straight
hai, which
बनेगा.
is 8 9 10 J and Q.
Yeah.
And there's always, because J's are there, if someone has J 3 of a kind and wo sab to hai, right? So there are many more possibilities possible now.
And at this point, D and E are looking at their cards and thinking, "Arey yaar, I could have
Arey
stayed
yaar,
in the
हाँ,
game."
I should have stayed, yaar, अच्छा हो जाता.
Yeah.
That happened with me just yesterday.
Yeah. To continue.
Yeah. Again, player A starts, and now each betting round is the same. Player A starts, F ends, and yeah, they have to contribute money.
Yeah.
So in this round, player A has checked. B has said कि मेरे अच्छे cards है, so I'll bet. So
100, yeah.
player B bet 100. C called 100. F also called कि I'll stay in the game. Let's see. Called in 100. Now it's A's chance again. Because A has contributed less amount of money than what everyone is on the table has contributed. So A has to either contribute minimum 100 to stay in the game, or A can fold saying कि not worth putting in losing my 100.
Yeah. So then they might fold.
Yeah.
Okay.
So A has folded in this game,
Got
saying I'll not put in 100, I'll save my money.
Oh, okay. So this is a very
And-
super tricky decision because A would feel that he should have folded in the first round then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now they have lost some 300.
They have lost some
400.
money. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Continue.
So yeah, again everyone has checked and stayed in. The round has completed. And so because everyone has contributed the same amount of money, that is 100. we
One
go to
more
the
card.
next.
Yeah.
One more card is shown, which is the river. So
Okay.
river is basically because everyone's money flows away, so that's why it is called river. So poker is funny that way.
Is that so? Are these explanations something you're making up, or is it the actual?
No, this is on Wikipedia. But this is how the official definition is.
Oh God. Okay. So there's a flop.
Yeah.
There is a turn where the tide turns, and there's a
Right.
river
And
because
there's a
everybody's
river.
money is flowing.
Money is flowing. Yeah.
I love it.
Poker people are chill.
Cool. All right, continue.
So in river we have 3 of hearts, which have
There's nothing to do.
significance here. So it's just a waste card. Unless someone has a 3, they can have
Yeah.
a pair or something.
2 pairs. Yeah.
2 pairs also. So now again betting starts A, but A is not there in the
Fold,
game, so it
yeah.
will start with B.
Yeah.
So in this round, what B has done is B has bet, but bet all the money that they had. So they had 600 in their stack. They bet all the money that
Damn.
because they were so confident. They said, "Ki, I'm so confident that I'll win this game. I'm putting in all my money that I have." So which is called all in.
Okay.
600. Now C has an option to they have to stay in the game. At least they have to put in 600 to
Yeah.
stay in the game,
Yeah.
right? Or they fold, or they can raise if they think they have better cards than B. They can raise further.
Yeah.
So, but C has called in for 600. Now it's F chance. F has 600 in their stack. So if F has to play, F also needs to go all in. But F folds, saying it's not worth putting all my money in this game. I'm
Yeah.
not winning this.
Yeah.
So now, because both whoever is in the game have put in the same amount of money, that is 600, we go to the final step, which is showdown, which is now because all the steps are over and betting is over. B and C will show their cards.
दिखाओ
And
भाई
see
क्या
who will
है.
win. So now, if we first go to C, C has J and an ace. So the best cards of C's are 3J, one
Yeah.
ace and one 9. So they are forming 3 of a kind, which is rank number 7. But B has 7 and 10. So they are forming 7, 8, 9, 10 J, which
Jack,
is a
which is a
straight.
straight.
Which is a straight. Right.
Oh, so B will win.
So B straight is better than 3 pair. So B takes in all the 2800 stack that was there in the center. B takes all of that.
Damn. Wow.
So we
Okay.
had come to the end of one game, and then the next round starts where now B is the small blind, C is the big blind, and A is the dealer, and the game
continues. So Abhishek has asked, does card counting help in poker?
No, that's blackjack.
Right, exactly. Because here it
Because,
goes back to the same thing, right?
Yeah, because every time the game start, before the game start, shuffling happens,
Yeah.
and the dealer shuffles a card before putting in.
Hmm.
In blackjack, counting happens because there's no shuffling. The
Yeah.
game keeps on continuing from the way it started.
Yeah.
So after a few games, you can start guessing what the cards will come.
Right. If you're using only one.
One table. If you're on one table, and it's the same deck of cards that is being like that keeps on being played from morning till evening.
But
or like
yeah, but don't they use multiple decks? They don't.
They don't, because
Okay.
it's just one game that keeps on continuing.
Right.
That's why counting, you can count, because
Yeah.
now you can, like, if you have been sitting there for 10 hours,
Yeah.
now you know ki what were the previous set and वो
Correct.
उसके नीचे गया and
हाँ.
ऊपर ये card है वो उसके नीचे गया, and you can
Correct.
predict.
So then you kind of know which is where. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Not worth it. Or maybe it is. I don't know.
The movie was worth it.
Yeah, the movie was fun. Yeah, 21 was fun. Yeah. Okay. All right. Guys, are you
Just
with us?
Just last 1 minute.
Yeah, tell
I
me.
can just
Tell me.
So there are two ways to play poker. One is cash games and another is tournament. Differences in cash game, the blinds are fixed whenever you join the table, and you have a buy-in, which is your stack range. The money that you can buy and join the game is min and max, like I said, and you can buy and start. In tournaments, the buy-in amount is same, but the blinds keep on increasing after certain time interval. So like after 2 minutes, 50, 100 becomes 100, 200, then 200, 400, and
Okay.
and over time, whoever has that amount of money stays in the game. Otherwise, they move out. And at the end, whoever has the most, the last man standing wins the game.
Damn. Okay, that is brutal, yeah.
That is brutal. Yeah. So even the best players have like in 100 tournaments, they win only 7 or 8 tournaments. Even the best of the best players.
Acha.
So that's the probability of tournaments.
Wow. And how much do they win? Oh no, it's okay. I don't want to know.
Then it depends on the tournaments.
Right.
What they are joining.
Right. Amazing. Okay. So if we were to, chalo, let's discuss this on Discord.
Yeah.
Let's have a learning card games ka channel, and let's discuss this or learning games ka channel, and let's see if we can figure out a way to set up a chess tournament and a poker tournament.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be super fun.
Yeah, and people can practice online, and like these online channels have like 1 paisa small blind, 2 paisa big blind, buy-in is 10 rupees. So that like I played for an year with 10 rupees buy-in.
Yeah.
And that's how I learned the game. So people can start like that.
Okay.
So that not much money is also loose, but you're getting a real,
you get the kick out of it, because somebody has just said that ping in the north is. Oh, ping in the north. That's funny. I didn't catch that initially. That's poker without money on the line is against the spirit of the game, because psychology changes immensely when there's no real money. Yeah, for sure. I think that
because the skin in the game is there when you're playing.
Skin in the game matters. All right. Okay. Wait. Now let me read some super chat. Shanmugapriya, welcome. Why does this happen that we are reminded? Aviral has asked, why does this happen that we remember more of the things which are in the starting of the chapter rather than the last? I think that's a matter of attention, for sure, because that's how it is. Ashish Karya said, well, okay, a future Einstein. I think he's Siddhesh's friend. Yes, Siddhesh taught very well. All of you guys, man, I'm super proud of you. Can you stop sharing your screen, Krishna? Are you done?
Yeah. Let me just stop.
Oh, and is this your channel, Poker Brain?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Cool. Okay, so you have already put it up in the description, so people can go and join that. And I don't know if the other guys are still here. Can you all come back on screen, please? All of you, Krishna, Nupur, Siddhesh, everyone. बाकी लोग किधर गए? Ashmit and Nupur. Oh, hi. Ashmit बाकी है. Guys, you guys are awesome. आज बहुत ही मजा आया. Like today was just a random experiment, but I'm so happy that this worked. We learned a lot of very random things today. From rehabilitation to poker to physics to cooking. Like, what is this? No, you tell me ऐसा कोई क्लास हुआ है क्या कभी? ऐसा कोई क्लास हुआ ही नहीं है. And I'm very proud of this. This is super fun. Guys, if you liked it, and you better have liked it because it was super fun. Yeah, remember to like the video, subscribe if you haven't. We are still on the plan of 100k in 2020. You all know that, right?
Yeah.
Yes, 100k in 2020. So that plan is still on. So go do your thing. We are going to try and make this channel fun. So with every stream, there is a whole new idea that comes out. Because I never thought we are starting poker tournaments. And now that's a thing. Yeah. How did you find it? Were you all comfortable? I know that some of you said that you were nervous and all that, but are you okay now?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, chill.
I know.
Yeah.
Relieved
Cool.
actually.
Yes.
Yeah. Like last exam over.
No, this was awesome because now, because of this, so many people have messaged that they also want to come and teach, and this would be super fun because everybody will have something really interesting to share. So yeah, we are going to do this. Guys, thank you so much for making this happen. You guys are awesome. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks
Bye.
for having us.
My
Bye.
pleasure.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys. Bye.
Oh man, Amrita, yes, dude, I am overwhelmed because this was such a random discussion and it like worked out unbelievably well, and I had so much fun doing this. I've made a couple of notes also, and we're gonna try and do something fun with this, the gaming thing. I'm interested in chess, and now especially because of my new friends. So yeah, amazing. Thank you so much for joining in, chat. I hope you had a lovely time, and I shall see you all. Okay, announcements. What all announcements? Friday ko we are discussing mindfulness with Biswa and Vidit. Okay, so Friday night 9:30 we are on for discussing mindfulness. So that'll be super fun. Tomorrow's Thursday, so I'll see you all on Insta Live if you're free, and Saturday morning is chapter 3 of Bhagavad Gita. So this is a happening week, but I'm having a lot of fun just figuring things out and seeing how learning can take on different shapes. So yeah, and all of this wouldn't have been possible without you guys. So thank you so much, and I will see you all on the next stream. Any streams with Dr. Mansi? So we are going to do alternate weeks with Dr. Mansi, and because I really need to just take it a little slow. There is a chance that you can just burn out, so I don't want to do that. I want to take it aram se. I want to have fun, and Anjali game theory will be with it. So I already promised him that we'll discuss it on his channel. So, and I think it'll be very fun to discuss game theory with him. So we'll probably do that next week. More offbeat topics like this. Yes, all topics are offbeat if it's random. We are going to have you guys only coming up and talking about what you want to talk about. So this is going to be random, and everybody can teach. Clearly, everyone can teach. Everybody has something to say, something to teach. Okay, PFCOP is in the chat. Dopamine kick is in the chat. I'm so happy. My God, this is like insane what is happening. You guys are awesome. I shall see you all soon. Exam strategies, yes. So we will do one on exam anxiety specifically. So let's talk about strategies also there. One by one. Okay, one by one. We will do this. All right. Guys, thank you. I will see you soon. I'll go and get some sleep. You also should really go and get some sleep. Is this going to be a weekly thing? Probably not, because there is some amount of work going in the planning of it. So maybe twice a week or so. And Sunday, next month, say we are starting private neuroscience classes. So that is also something that I'm really excited in doing. So one by one, let us announce things one by one. One topic at a time. Anjali, yes, you get it. Dungeon Master, depression. You need to talk to a counselor. You need to talk to a psychiatrist and get help. Okay, just reach out for help and have a session. It will help you. Okay, I hope that it helps you. All right, I shall see you soon. Bye guys.